2020 was a fantastic year for material, I think, especially getting to see a side of people that, for me at least, people in my neighborhood, people in my co-op, that was hidden for a little while. So I did a podcast a few weeks back, and the host was a very much an anti-Trump guy, and he lived in East Tennessee. So it was kind of odd for him to be anti-Trump in East Tennessee. And he had all these stories about, just all these awful Trump supporters that, live around him. And, he thought, I guess, that I would be sort of an ally in that. And I had to explain to him, like, no, I mean, I'm in Brooklyn. So all the pieces of shit that I have to deal with are all Biden Harris supporters. Like, all the people who have made my life a living hell in the year 2020, when it came time on election day, had the Biden Harris, T-shirt on. They had the mask that said Biden Harris. And it was such an outward expression of tribalism and saying, look, I don't have to actually be a good person, but I'm wearing what a good person will wear. And I find it hilarious because sort of like a symbolic element here of them wearing masks and I knowing who they actually are. There's this one guy in my building who attacked another neighbor outside because the neighbor was outside without a mask on a bicycle in the bike lane. And this guy thought that it was his right to protect humanity to physically attack this neighbor.
There's no law that you have to wear a mask outside in New York.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I'm 100% with you on that. But this dude thought, he was basically he deputized himself, and the man who he attacked was black. He was a white man who attacked a black neighbor. And I did a little snooping on the attacker's Facebook page, and holy shit, all Black Lives Matter posts. I am looking at, he is reflecting on his own whiteness and his own privilege and all that. And I'm like, but you just beat up a black guy. And here you are, you're able to live in these two worlds where online you're a real woke, like ally, white ally. But then in the streets, you're a maniac who will, take your fist to another human being because they're not wearing a mask.